Well, Brandon, obviously you're getting a lot of heat on social media and on our website for your appearance in court yesterday and citing this law from the 1800s as reasons for dismissal of your DUI case. What is your response to that?
Well, I think there's two things. One, I want people to know that I do not think this law is there to let guilty people just shirk their duty. I don't think that was the intent for it. That's certainly not something I'd be comfortable with, and that's not the direction we want to go. But I do think that a lot of people realize that as a political figure, somebody in politics, there's certainly people like myself that have taken on the face of coal and really been in combative issues with different agencies about stuff we feel like is important, that you become a target. And so the law is also there to protect people from becoming a political target. And I share that with you because I think when everybody first heard this, everybody that's known me my whole life, from my teachers to my coaches to my Sunday school teachers, everybody thought something about this just wasn't right. Well, I think that's why this is in place, for them to take a good close look at it, to make sure that this isn't some kind of a political targeting. We cause a lot of, there's always a lot of strain when we do our job. As a senator, even as a House member, you have to take tough decisions, and sometimes people like it and sometimes they don't. And that law's there to protect you from having blowback while you're doing your job. We felt like that there were circumstances in this particular case that just didn't pass the smell test, and my attorney wanted to have them take a look at that. And so that's the judge's prerogative, to make sure that everything's on the square, that they can go through it and make sure that this wasn't some sort of, somebody was targeting us or they had some sort of an agenda. And I will tell people, all my life in this town, in this community, and my time as a state official, I'm not somebody to shirk my duty. I'm certainly not somebody that won't man up. You ask anybody that's ever grown up with me, from like I said, a football coach or a Sunday school teacher, that's one of the things I pride myself on, is taking ownership, good or bad. But I do think this thing is, people are they're taking this in the wrong way, and I want to clear that up. I do not think somebody should be able to use this to protect guilty people. I don't think you should be able to just walk away as some sort of a privilege, and most people that know me know that's the case.
How has this whole ordeal affected you and your family?
Well, we've had a lot of threats. We've had people that have called in and left messages that are just nothing but cussing us, and it's been tough on my kids and my family. But we're a family that understands what my political goals are. We know that the issues that we have are not always popular across Kentucky and across the United States, and I can't change that. We've had blowback before. Earlier in the year, we had some blowback over some comments, and again, it all came from an anti-coal group. We've taken tough positions on budget issues and other things, and you become a target. When you've been in office long enough and you've taken, strong positions, people don't like that sometimes. But the people that you're fighting for, they always know where you stand. And I'll tell you, this whole ordeal has been, it's scary to have to go through it. And when I think of the thousands of families in Kentucky and in my district that have had to go through something like this, I'm going to tell you, I would have never understood it before. If there's any silver lining to what I'm having to go through now and my family, is that it has opened my eyes to a lot of stuff that goes on in the system that I probably wouldn't have believed before. And I will tell you, it will change forever, the way I look at this issue and the way that I can see ways to help people that have had to go through this. And whatever comes out of my case, we just want to make sure that I'm not unduly treated because of the position that I'm in. And we want to go through it. Obviously, we're going to plead that we're not guilty, and we're going to go through the process, and all the stuff can come out. And whatever decision is made past that, we're going to accept it, and we're going to own up to it, and we're going to go forward, as I think most people expect us to do. But to see the stuff put out there, like I've seen the last 24 hours of people saying things like not manning up, or to try to use some sort of privilege to get out of it, it's just simply not true.
I know you can't talk about the specifics of the case, you've been advised not to, but I will ask you, were you drinking the night you were arrested?
No, and like I said, it's funny how they tell you to say no comment, and I was talking to you in the hallway. I really don't understand a lot of that. I left the Hill around 3:30 and went. I had a loved one that's been moved into the nursing home, and I spent the entire rest of that evening until I was stopped with my family, and their children actually going through some family stuff, taking some stuff from an old VHS and putting it on a flash drive, and going through her things, cleaning up the house they're going to put on the market. And so I feel good about that because I've got a large group of people that can account for where I was and that there was absolutely no alcohol in the house. And so that stuff will come out. That's why I feel comfortable about it. But I do think that, like I said, it didn't pass the smell test. People in my district were calling me saying, something's not right about this. I've known you your whole life. This doesn't sound like you. And I think that the other people are looking at it feel the same way. And so we just want to make sure that that's looked at, that's vetted, and then what comes after that we'll accept.
So it sounds like you're confident you'll eventually be completely vindicated from all this.
Yeah, I think when they get through everything and they take a look at it and get a good run on our time and our history, then I think absolutely. But I don't think I'll ever forget this experience. I think that I will remember it for the rest of my life. And I think that, like I said, it will forever change my view of the folks that have had to go through this. The fact that at first it's tremendously embarrassing. Whether you're innocent or guilty, it's embarrassing to be put in that. But how destructive it is for family and your children and people in your community. And you got three groups of people. You got a group of people out there that are very happy this happened to you. I mean, they're going to celebrate. They don't like you anyhow. And then you got a group of people that love you dearly. And they're equally hurt by what they see you go through. They care about your children, your family. And you've got a group of people that they don't care. They've got such big issues. They've got a loved one that's facing cancer, or they've got bills that they can't pay, and they're more worried about stuff like that. So it really helps you weed out the people in your life that know you, that assess the situation, and they take everything they know about you and they put it in perspective, and the people that just don't like you and those that don't care. So it's an eye-opening experience. I hope you never go through them.
Anything else you want to mention?
I don't. I appreciate you all being willing to sit down and talk to us about it. And I actually am sorry that we weren't able to talk earlier. I mean, I felt like I should be able to talk about this as soon as it happened. And you get a lot of legal advice, and you bring people in. I've never been in jail before in my lifetime. I've never been arrested. I was telling you all about my driving record. In 40 years, I've had 4 tickets. So I have not had a lot of experience down there with it, but I have now, and it will forever change the way that I look at this, and especially as a legislator, to really get into the weeds and take a look at what people's rights are, at what point that you're entitled to stuff and access to either phone calls or being able to ask questions, and it's forever changed that.
All right, Brandon, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.